We went to the beach last summer. We went to the beach last summer. We'll roll. We'll roll. We were not sent. We were not sent. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair. He seems lost in thought. He seems lost in thought. Doesn't it hold? Doesn't it hold? Does he play football with his friends? Does he play football with his friends? They were jogging in the park early in the morning. They were jogging in the park early in the morning. It is different. It is different. I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie. The book I'm reading is a science fiction novel. The book I'm reading is a science fiction novel. Come again, Tommy. Come again, Tommy. Was my family reporters? Was my family reporters? I was fine before I saw you. I was fine before I saw you. 4 weeks from the police, right? 4 weeks from the police, right? He was writing a letter to his friend who lived abroad. He was writing a letter to his friend who lived abroad. I'm going on a trip to Europe next month. I'm going on a trip to Europe next month. When did you graduate from university? When did you graduate from university? The movie we watched last night was really scary. The movie we watched last night was really scary. Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything you want to ask? Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. You shouldn't be playing ball inside the house. You shouldn't be playing ball inside the house. Do you know some good websites for learning a new language? Do you know some good websites for learning a new language? He never eats spicy food. He never eats spicy food. If he had worked harder, he would have gotten a scholarship. If he had worked harder, he would have gotten a scholarship. By the way, I'm Nick. By the way, I'm Nick. He was asleep when his phone started ringing. He was asleep when his phone started ringing. They dance at the party. They dance at the party. Doesn't he recommend? Doesn't he recommend? I don't have any pencils in my backpack. I don't have any pencils in my backpack. I saw a man. I saw a man. Finding a job is difficult. Finding a job is difficult. Social. Social. He may not say thank you every day. He may not say thank you every day. I am below you in rank. I am below you in rank. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let me know if you need a car. Let me know if you need a car. What do you think of my company? What do you think of my company? The privilege of driving comes with great responsibility. The privilege of driving comes with great responsibility. How striking. How striking. We can have a picnic in the park. We can have a picnic in the park. Public transport is a common way of getting around the city. Public transport is a common way of getting around the city. He gets better. He gets better. I love these flowers. Can you get me more of the same? I love these flowers. Can you get me more of the same? Are we guards before? Are we guards before? I will attend a conference on entrepreneurship. I will attend a conference on entrepreneurship. They wouldn't encourage it at night. They wouldn't encourage it at night. He will study medicine at university. He will study medicine at university. He was looking at his younger sister. He was looking at his younger sister. Should he be a locksmith at night? Should he be a locksmith at night? I wouldn't be an artist at 3 o'clock after midnight. I wouldn't be an artist at 3 o'clock after midnight. I read a novel this week. I read a novel this week. They said, if we don't go now, we'll be late. They said, if we don't go now, we'll be late. I found a lost wallet on the street. I found a lost wallet on the street. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Can I use my smartphone for payment? Can I use my smartphone for payment? I have to go home. I have to go home. His stepfather was the owner of the house. His stepfather was the owner of the house. Is her brother a harvester? Is her brother a harvester? I see John often. I see John often. I don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. We await your response. We await your response. I need to make a reservation at the restaurant for tonight. I need to make a reservation at the restaurant for tonight. Must force it. Must force it. Neighbor designer. Neighbor designer. How did you walk? How did you walk? They were listening to the radio. They were listening to the radio. Loyalty. Loyalty. You should take your medicine 3 times a day. You should take your medicine 3 times a day. They trained every day to win the competition. They trained every day to win the competition. You look like your sister. You look like your sister. Choreographer, can't you do it after 4 weekends? Choreographer, can't you do it after 4 weekends? You didn't tell me anything about yourself. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. Annie had a cold too. Annie had a cold too. You need to arrive at the meeting on time. You need to arrive at the meeting on time. Can you try these slippers? Can you try these slippers? Can you repeat this please? Can you repeat this please? Couldn't I have owned a house 4 centuries ago? Couldn't I have owned a house 4 centuries ago? Do you want an apple? Do you want an apple? Further. Further. Should not focus. Should not focus. I'm sorry you didn't win. I'm sorry you didn't win. I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. I asked him to start right away. I asked him to start right away. I'll just take some time and take it back. I'll just take some time and take it back. Can't be the organizer after 2 centuries? Can't be the organizer after 2 centuries? Can't work often? Can't work often? The dog chased the ball in the garden. The dog chased the ball in the garden. Does it show up every year? Does it show up every year? Have you ever been to a music concert? Have you ever been to a music concert? He used to visit his grandfather every weekend. He used to visit his grandfather every weekend. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? Should they be paramedics every day? Should they be paramedics every day? Do you always have to inspect? Do you always have to inspect? Don't they do editorial daily? Don't they do editorial daily? They are swimming in the pool. They are swimming in the pool. They've been discussing the issue for a while. They've been discussing the issue for a while. We go to the gym twice a week. We go to the gym twice a week. Osman doesn't need me. Osman doesn't need me. I'll create a week or 2. I'll create a week or 2. I'm in the room with the books. I'm in the room with the books. He does not teach. He does not teach. You will have a great time at the party. You will have a great time at the party. I have more grapes than Sam. I have more grapes than Sam. Don't I have to be a cashier every month? Don't I have to be a cashier every month? She started a YouTube channel to share her makeup tutorials. She started a YouTube channel to share her makeup tutorials. Different variations. Different variations. The concert starts in 15 minutes. The concert starts in 15 minutes. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand. I worked hard on the project and got compliments from my boss as a result. I worked hard on the project and got compliments from my boss as a result. Can't they connect every month? Can't they connect every month? The music of the legendary composer is still performed today. The music of the legendary composer is still performed today. He needs to go to the doctor from time to time. He needs to go to the doctor from time to time. You can file a lawsuit 4 months in advance. You can file a lawsuit 4 months in advance. Mary will realize this. Mary will realize this. You often ride your bike in the afternoon. You often ride your bike in the afternoon. Traceability. Traceability. He is a very loving person. He is a very loving person. Was he wearing? Was he wearing? They can buy a new car with their savings. They can buy a new car with their savings. You will need to pay your bills. You will need to pay your bills. They wish they had taken more photos during the trip. They wish they had taken more photos during the trip. I cannot reach this page. You? I cannot reach this page. You? I have too many items in my backpack. I have too many items in my backpack. Could you please help me with this math problem? Could you please help me with this math problem? You will watch television. You will watch television. Invest in 2 a.m. later? Invest in 2 a.m. later? I need to get a new bus pass. I need to get a new bus pass. We sang karaoke at the party. We sang karaoke at the party. He believes in the power of positivity. He believes in the power of positivity. These tickets are too many. These tickets are too many. Is our aunt the interviewer? Is our aunt the interviewer? We shouldn't catch it next year. We shouldn't catch it next year. I will bounce the ball. I will bounce the ball. The food is delicious. The food is delicious. If yes, have you had any problems with it? If yes, have you had any problems with it? How long have you been in the country? How long have you been in the country? Don't you have a non-stop flight in the morning? Don't you have a non-stop flight in the morning? I think my salary is about $1,000. I think my salary is about $1,000. We did not learn. We did not learn. The cat groomed himself. The cat groomed himself. We were watching the sunset on the beach. We were watching the sunset on the beach. He had to follow his instincts. He had to follow his instincts. We are waiting for concert tickets to go on sale. We are waiting for concert tickets to go on sale. His grandfather is a senator. His grandfather is a senator. I was scared. I was scared. The army is on the move. The army is on the move. What would you like? What would you like? Best for your new role. Best for your new role. Are you planning to stand here all night? Are you planning to stand here all night? Workers were repairing the old building. Workers were repairing the old building. Retail. Retail. Can you give me some tips for studying for the exam? Can you give me some tips for studying for the exam? Are relatives hairdressers? Are relatives hairdressers? The legacy of the explorers' discoveries has reshaped geography. The legacy of the explorers' discoveries has reshaped geography. He ate a sandwich for lunch. He ate a sandwich for lunch. Productive. Productive. We should always strive for excellence, even if it is challenging. We should always strive for excellence, even if it is challenging. He had lived in London for 5 years before moving to New York. He had lived in London for 5 years before moving to New York. Shall we start watching a movie? Shall we start watching a movie? He must butcher at noon. He must butcher at noon. Your brother-in-law was the speaker. Your brother-in-law was the speaker. I wish I had the opportunity to live abroad. I would learn a new language. I wish I had the opportunity to live abroad. I would learn a new language. Are there mother-in-laws beekeepers? Are there mother-in-laws beekeepers? He wants to be a doctor. He wants to be a doctor. A young man's car crashed into a tree. A young man's car crashed into a tree. I often manage. I often manage. Birds were chirping outside the window. Birds were chirping outside the window. Please call me back as soon as possible. Please call me back as soon as possible. Our father was an alchemist. Our father was an alchemist. While surfing the internet, I came across an interesting article. While surfing the internet, I came across an interesting article. We have to stick to the budget for this project. We have to stick to the budget for this project. She is a stay-at-home mom and works from home. She is a stay-at-home mom and works from home. Come back. Come back. The song was sung very well by the singer. The song was sung very well by the singer. In the afternoon they will have a picnic in the park. In the afternoon they will have a picnic in the park. My father asked me for some wood. My father asked me for some wood. Are you at home today? Are you at home today? Rarely can you repeat? Rarely can you repeat? Can't invade. Can't invade. What a talented painter. What a talented painter. I enjoy listening to music. I enjoy listening to music. Could they be designers last year? Could they be designers last year? 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away. The dog barked loudly at the postman. The dog barked loudly at the postman. Except that one. Except that one. Did not behave. Did not behave. See you at the party after dinner. See you at the party after dinner. He likes to meditate to relax. He likes to meditate to relax. Bypass. Bypass. Translator 2 minutes ago. Translator 2 minutes ago. We don't have a lot of code coverage. We don't have a lot of code coverage. Approximately. Approximately. He enjoys playing the guitar in his spare time. He enjoys playing the guitar in his spare time. These are puddles. These are puddles. Shouldn't it always fly? Shouldn't it always fly? He studied for hours every day to pass the exam. He studied for hours every day to pass the exam. Can never judge. Can never judge. I want to see you. I want to see you. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. He likes to watch comedy movies. He likes to watch comedy movies. Can't connect? Can't connect? His aunts are judges. His aunts are judges. 2 seconds later? 2 seconds later? Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. I wouldn't be an artist at 3 o'clock after midnight. I wouldn't be an artist at 3 o'clock after midnight. Could he not walk? Could he not walk? Isn't it a daily wish? Isn't it a daily wish? I have to donate the oranges. I have to donate the oranges. I am currently studying English. I am currently studying English. Shouldn't I be a cop at night? Shouldn't I be a cop at night? The wind is blowing strong. The wind is blowing strong. How often does he go to the library? How often does he go to the library? English is also the language of science and technology. English is also the language of science and technology. He likes to read before going to bed. He likes to read before going to bed. Why didn't you inform me? Why didn't you inform me? The store closes at 9 p.m. The store closes at 9 p.m. He couldn't afford the vacation because he didn't save money. He couldn't afford the vacation because he didn't save money. Should do. Should do. The child is beyond criticism. The child is beyond criticism. Were they cost? Were they cost? Wouldn't you be a clown at sunset? Wouldn't you be a clown at sunset? Should not question. Should not question. Wouldn't I be an annual nanny? Wouldn't I be an annual nanny? He is playing the guitar. He is playing the guitar. Before. Before. The man at the bar was telling a funny joke. The man at the bar was telling a funny joke. Mother-in-laws are funny. Mother-in-laws are funny. Her uncle is a fashion designer. Her uncle is a fashion designer. I'm going to the museum. I'm going to the museum. I will return the book to the library. I will return the book to the library. The book was recommended by a friend. The book was recommended by a friend. This is a huge query. This is a huge query. The composition of the student was deemed insufficient to pass the course. The composition of the student was deemed insufficient to pass the course. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. After a century, they become journeymen. After a century, they become journeymen. They gather. They gather. Should they be a psychologist every 2 weeks? Should they be a psychologist every 2 weeks? Do you have a pet? Do you have a pet? I'm feeling nauseous. I'm feeling nauseous. Girls must love you. Girls must love you. Can you rest at dawn? Can you rest at dawn? Talent. Talent. He has won many awards for his art. He has won many awards for his art. They saw a herd of cows in the field. They saw a herd of cows in the field. The concert is in 2 weeks. The concert is in 2 weeks. You like pizza, right? You like pizza, right? I own this car. I own this car. You should not carry it after a month. You should not carry it after a month. He has dark hair and green eyes. He has dark hair and green eyes. Should not accept. Should not accept. He enjoys hiking in the mountains. He enjoys hiking in the mountains. Where can I find arts and crafts supplies? Where can I find arts and crafts supplies? Where is the shopping cart? Where is the shopping cart? The car was parked in the garage. The car was parked in the garage. I pour. I pour. Turn left at the bar. Turn left at the bar. How old is your grandfather? How old is your grandfather? He has to take care of his younger siblings. He has to take care of his younger siblings. He had a green shirt. He had a green shirt. If you had asked me, I would have helped you. If you had asked me, I would have helped you. English is easier than French. English is easier than French. Can I get all the answers on the left-hand side? Can I get all the answers on the left-hand side? You have to be careful when crossing the street. You have to be careful when crossing the street. I've already watched that TV show. I've already watched that TV show. It's like you'll have learned in 2 months. It's like you'll have learned in 2 months. His colleague is an actuary. His colleague is an actuary. The music of the legendary composer is still performed today. The music of the legendary composer is still performed today. To leave. To leave. If you want, I will go to school. If you want, I will go to school. Different variations. Different variations. If there is a lot of traffic, we will leave early. If there is a lot of traffic, we will leave early. We're throwing a party this weekend. We're throwing a party this weekend. She was swimming in the pool when it started to rain. She was swimming in the pool when it started to rain. He will be working here for 5 years by next month. He will be working here for 5 years by next month. You should avoid eating too much junk food, the doctor said. You should avoid eating too much junk food, the doctor said. Can you always connect? Can you always connect? We used to live in that house when I was a kid. We used to live in that house when I was a kid. I must not exceed. I must not exceed. We forget at night. We forget at night. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. Hey Susanna, come talk to me. Hey Susanna, come talk to me. I urgently need to fix this technical issue. I urgently need to fix this technical issue. Don't they follow at night? Don't they follow at night? The sunset was breathtakingly beautiful. The sunset was breathtakingly beautiful. Despite his illness, he managed to finish the project on time. Despite his illness, he managed to finish the project on time. What is unconscious bias? What is unconscious bias? I am 20 years old. I am 20 years old. It would not be besieged after the 5th century. It would not be besieged after the 5th century. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his parents. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his parents. If it's cloudy, I won't go out. If it's cloudy, I won't go out. The car was parked in the garage. The car was parked in the garage. Is your son a bishop? Is your son a bishop? The team is studying for the basketball game. The team is studying for the basketball game. Can you get some bread from the oven? Can you get some bread from the oven? I'm going to build a gingerbread house with my kids. I'm going to build a gingerbread house with my kids. He is studying to become a doctor. He is studying to become a doctor. What kind of toys do you have? What kind of toys do you have? I am very happy. I am very happy. The end of the road is near. The end of the road is near. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. I'm in the room with the supplies. I'm in the room with the supplies. How extraordinary. How extraordinary. They told me, we are planning a trip. They told me, we are planning a trip. Can you help me solve this crossword puzzle? Can you help me solve this crossword puzzle? To cut. Hardly. Hardly. He has no money. He has no money. Can't we wrestle often? Can't we wrestle often? Autumn leaves are beautiful. Autumn leaves are beautiful. I don't notice anything special about the case. I don't notice anything special about the case. Tony played guitar last year. Tony played guitar last year. Never fear. Never fear. Shouldn't they get off the ship? Shouldn't they get off the ship? Can't we close every month? Can't we close every month? His brother's name is Alex. His brother's name is Alex. The mistake was made by me. The mistake was made by me. Sorry, I'm not sure what you want. Can you clarify? Sorry, I'm not sure what you want. Can you clarify? I have no idea. I have no idea. About 80% of the world's population lives in urban areas. About 80% of the world's population lives in urban areas. He studied science for the exam. He studied science for the exam. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. She wouldn't cry for a week. She wouldn't cry for a week. Are we sleeping? Are we sleeping? Do you have any concerns? Do you have any concerns? Is my stepdad a dietitian? Is my stepdad a dietitian? Did you study French before your trip to Paris? Did you study French before your trip to Paris? Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? With, they would repeat. They would repeat. We will go hiking in the mountains. We will go hiking in the mountains. The land was very even and very difficult to envelop. The land was very even and very difficult to envelop. She is knitting a scarf. She is knitting a scarf. The concert lasted 3 hours. The concert lasted 3 hours. I am adding. If the weather is nice, we can go swimming. If the weather is nice, we can go swimming. Should it repeat soon? Should it repeat soon? The plant grew on its own without any help. The plant grew on its own without any help. Is there a pharmacy in the store? Is there a pharmacy in the store? May I not recognize? May I not recognize? I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. I've never been to Paris, he told me. I've never been to Paris, he told me. The car was repaired by a skilled mechanic. The car was repaired by a skilled mechanic. I will be living in Japan for the next 5 years. I will be living in Japan for the next 5 years. Are there mother-in-law's fashion designers? Are there mother-in-law's fashion designers? I need to be more organized. I need to be more organized. Did he read the article in the newspaper? Did he read the article in the newspaper? Tom wants to go to Japan. Tom wants to go to Japan. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? I need to buy my sister a birthday present. I need to buy my sister a birthday present. They are looking forward to their holidays. They are looking forward to their holidays. Will they not play? Will they not play? Are their relatives managers? Are their relatives managers? Tomatoes. Tomatoes. Book by J.K. Rowling. Book by J.K. Rowling. They had a gardener mow and fertilize their lawn. They had a gardener mow and fertilize their lawn. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Can you provide account information? Can you provide account information? Force after 3 centuries? Force after 3 centuries? Were you sick yesterday? Were you sick yesterday? He has been reading for hours. He has been reading for hours. Then it shouldn't help. Then it shouldn't help. If you press that button, the alarm will sound. If you press that button, the alarm will sound. Cancel. Cancel. I've never been to Australia. I've never been to Australia. Make a to-do list. Make a to-do list. Can't we just refuse? Can't we just refuse? Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else. He said, I'm going to the market. He said, I'm going to the market. We will present our proposal at the meeting. We will present our proposal at the meeting. We traveled to a different country to experience a new culture. We traveled to a different country to experience a new culture. Never seen a live performance. Never seen a live performance. Although the project was challenging, we succeeded. Although the project was challenging, we succeeded. I think so too. I think so too. I don't think it helps anyone. I don't think it helps anyone. You need a lot of money, save more. You need a lot of money, save more. Is our son the governor? Is our son the governor? Can't lobby now? Can't lobby now? My brother plays basketball. My brother plays basketball. Do you know a good podcast to listen to? Do you know a good podcast to listen to? We didn't sell. We didn't sell. The company is looking for a new customer service manager. The company is looking for a new customer service manager. Your parents are air traffic controllers. Your parents are air traffic controllers. The stepdaughter's hairdresser. The stepdaughter's hairdresser. When they return from vacation, we will have finished the renovation of the house. When they return from vacation, we will have finished the renovation of the house. His nephew is a congressman. His nephew is a congressman. You are not developing normally. You are not developing normally. Not held at sunrise. Not held at sunrise. He is the driver at noon. He is the driver at noon. Not immersed. Not immersed. Is your favorite fruit apple or orange? Is your favorite fruit apple or orange? The bus was so hot that I had to open the window. The bus was so hot that I had to open the window. Was his wife a butcher? Was his wife a butcher? Mary bought a new car. Mary bought a new car. My sister is younger than me. My sister is younger than me. We are excited to start our new business. We are excited to start our new business. Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Are they geologists? Are they geologists? Can't I always encourage you? Can't I always encourage you? Didn't he yawn last year? Didn't he yawn last year? I don't think he likes me very much. I don't think he likes me very much. I'm from London. I'm from London. Should finance it. Should finance it. I want to get better at playing the guitar. I want to get better at playing the guitar. Impatient. Impatient. You have to turn in your research paper by Friday, the professor said. You have to turn in your research paper by Friday, the professor said. My alarm will go off in an hour. My alarm will go off in an hour. The baby is awake. The baby is awake. Could you please send me the agenda of the meeting? Could you please send me the agenda of the meeting? They pushed themselves to the limit. They pushed themselves to the limit. Tinned. Tinned. I always wear a seatbelt in the car. I always wear a seatbelt in the car. I learned. I learned. Did he thank you at dusk? Did he thank you at dusk? John will check more this week. John will check more this week. Both sides have valid points. Both sides have valid points. Do you babysit often? Do you babysit often? Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? Was his stepfather a greengrocer? Was his stepfather a greengrocer? They should have called a plumber to fix the leak. They should have called a plumber to fix the leak. Warm up. Warm up. The cat licks its paws. The cat licks its paws. How many students are in the university? How many students are in the university? The teacher was teaching the students the lesson. The teacher was teaching the students the lesson. Please give us your account number. Please give us your account number. Arrived in time for breakfast. Arrived in time for breakfast. We used to play basketball in high school. We used to play basketball in high school. The woman living next door is a doctor. The woman living next door is a doctor. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. When we reach the summit, we will have climbed for 2 hours. When we reach the summit, we will have climbed for 2 hours. I was. Do you have a fever? Do you have a fever? Trustworthy. Trustworthy. Can't be a doctor often? Can't be a doctor often? I'm driving to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm driving to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We should have listened to the weather forecast. We should have listened to the weather forecast. You don't always improve. You don't always improve. He is usually 6 years old after a tennis match. He is usually 6 years old after a tennis match. Are there relatives managers? Are there relatives managers? He said to his older sister, I don't feel well, so I can't go to the party. He said to his older sister, I don't feel well, so I can't go to the party. Let's bake cookies tonight. Let's bake cookies tonight. He was practicing his golf swing at the driving range. He was practicing his golf swing at the driving range. Best for your new role. Best for your new role. I'm so bored and don't know what to do. I'm so bored and don't know what to do. Did you watch a football match on TV? Did you watch a football match on TV? Can I explain at noon? Can I explain at noon? Can I have a glass of water, please? Can I have a glass of water, please? The flowers were arranged in a vase. The flowers were arranged in a vase. Have you ever had sushi before going to Japan? Have you ever had sushi before going to Japan? Washed last year? Washed last year? Was your father an actor? Was your father an actor? The camera of the new phone is better than the old one. The camera of the new phone is better than the old one. We had the plumber fix the leaking pipe. We had the plumber fix the leaking pipe. He was late for his appointment. He was late for his appointment. He doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat meat. His cousins were assistant cooks. His cousins were assistant cooks. Should be more careful while driving. Should be more careful while driving. Part of your duties. Part of your duties. I had already bought the tickets when the concert was cancelled. I had already bought the tickets when the concert was cancelled. Which is your favorite sport? I love football. Which is your favorite sport? I love football. She has been working as a teacher since last month. She has been working as a teacher since last month. Rarely do we get. Rarely do we get. Then it will not be capped at 1 a.m. Then it will not be capped at 1 a.m. His colleague was an actor. His colleague was an actor. We cannot move until the transported truck arrives. We cannot move until the transported truck arrives. Did he wear it now? Did he wear it now? Was his father a cop? Was his father a cop? How much is a room per night? How much is a room per night? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We watched a gripping thriller. We watched a gripping thriller. I do not know how to tell. I do not know how to tell. What letter is this? What letter is this? Didn't he insist? Didn't he insist? He'll take a nap after lunch. He'll take a nap after lunch. What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? Will we decide in a century? Will we decide in a century? When I visit my family, we all have dinner together. When I visit my family, we all have dinner together. He couldn't catch the bus on time. He couldn't catch the bus on time. Actually, I work with John too. Actually, I work with John too. Are their cousins janitors? Are their cousins janitors? Mary is smarter than Peter. Mary is smarter than Peter. Rarely do you need to be a dietitian? Rarely do you need to be a dietitian? Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Does not leave. Does not leave. Are they scared? Are they scared? Talk. Talk. Was your stepdaughter a publicist? Was your stepdaughter a publicist? Who has a backpack in the classroom? Who has a backpack in the classroom? Then I must be a psychologist. Then I must be a psychologist. I worked hard on the project and got compliments from my boss as a result. I worked hard on the project and got compliments from my boss as a result. I will have finished my novel by the end of the month. I will have finished my novel by the end of the month. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? Have you seen this movie before it won an award? He is playing the piano. He is playing the piano. She won't put on the dress until you iron it. She won't put on the dress until you iron it. We can argue. We can argue. They organized a neighborhood cleanup to keep the area tidy. They organized a neighborhood cleanup to keep the area tidy. I want to ask a lot of questions. I want to ask a lot of questions. We can't go for a walk until the weather clears. We can't go for a walk until the weather clears. Time. Time. Your cousins were jugglers. Your cousins were jugglers. What should I do now? What should I do now? His comments were unrelated to the current debate. His comments were unrelated to the current debate. Could you please correct this document before sending it? Could you please correct this document before sending it? Cannot apply at noon. Cannot apply at noon. Size. Size. You could have been the captain at 2 o'clock the night before. You could have been the captain at 2 o'clock the night before. The distance between the two cities is about 200 miles. The distance between the two cities is about 200 miles. He was directed to the exit by the security guard. He was directed to the exit by the security guard. We had seen this movie before, so we knew the ending. We had seen this movie before, so we knew the ending. He exercised regularly and improved his endurance as a result. He exercised regularly and improved his endurance as a result. We visited the museum many times. We visited the museum many times. They laughed at themselves for a stupid mistake. They laughed at themselves for a stupid mistake. Seeing blood always disgusts me. Seeing blood always disgusts me. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. I had already finished my homework when my friends arrived. I had already finished my homework when my friends arrived. Forest. Forest. They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. Can you help me with this heavy box, please? Can you help me with this heavy box, please? The museum is close to the city center. The museum is close to the city center. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. I guess he is 40 years old. I guess he is 40 years old. I watched that movie, my friends saw it too. I watched that movie, my friends saw it too. We write. We write. The company will launch a new product next month. The company will launch a new product next month. My parents bought a new car. My parents bought a new car. Shouldn't they live by noon? Shouldn't they live by noon? I go to the market to buy something to eat. I go to the market to buy something to eat. Do you rarely become a director? Do you rarely become a director? Can you give us advice? Can you give us advice? Tomorrow I will meet my friend for coffee. Tomorrow I will meet my friend for coffee. Rarely finished? Rarely finished? Can we hold a minute's silence for the victims? Can we hold a minute's silence for the victims? Is his grandson a stockbroker? Is his grandson a stockbroker? How many apples did you eat yesterday? How many apples did you eat yesterday? Is my niece a babysitter? Is my niece a babysitter? He was not a nighttime pharmacist. He was not a nighttime pharmacist. The cake my mom made is delicious. The cake my mom made is delicious. 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. Am I not going to be a researcher every day? Am I not going to be a researcher every day? You won't catch it every year. You won't catch it every year. I can't work after 2 weeks. I can't work after 2 weeks. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. What do you want? What do you want? They won't start the meeting until the president arrives. They won't start the meeting until the president arrives. By the end of the month, they will have sold all their products. By the end of the month, they will have sold all their products. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. How much sugar do you put in your coffee? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? By next year, he will have saved enough to buy a car. By next year, he will have saved enough to buy a car. It wouldn't wait 3 days later. It wouldn't wait 3 days later. Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? I promise to be fast. I promise to be fast. I wish I had invested in Bitcoin earlier, I would be rich now. I wish I had invested in Bitcoin earlier, I would be rich now. Can't vote? Can't vote? Is it not preferable at night? Is it not preferable at night? I can escape soon. I can escape soon. This is my computer. This is my computer. We accept at sunrise. We accept at sunrise. What are you learning right now? What are you learning right now? She wants to be a fashion designer. She wants to be a fashion designer. I'm going to teach someone English. I'm going to teach someone English. Here you are. How would you like to pay? Here you are. How would you like to pay? Our grandmother was a maid. Our grandmother was a maid. Doesn't he undertake? Doesn't he undertake? The performance of the legendary dancer was eye-catching. The performance of the legendary dancer was eye-catching. Can't talk often? Can't talk often? Can't you reduce? Can't you reduce? Can't I call? Can't I call? I know the boy next to your brother. I know the boy next to your brother. Will they invite us to their wedding? Will they invite us to their wedding? Also, I would like to suggest a different approach. Also, I would like to suggest a different approach. They were playing tennis when it started to get dark. They were playing tennis when it started to get dark. They could not immediately become entrepreneurs. They could not immediately become entrepreneurs. She danced at the party last night. She danced at the party last night. We pride ourselves on being a local business. We pride ourselves on being a local business. You are the stockbroker every month. You are the stockbroker every month. Husband nanny. Husband nanny. They have already watched the movie. They have already watched the movie. I need to buy new shoes. I need to buy new shoes. Your uncle is a businesswoman. Your uncle is a businesswoman. When we arrived at the station, the train had already left. When we arrived at the station, the train had already left. Don't we attend every month? Don't we attend every month? We'll sort it later. We'll sort it later. I drink coffee in the morning. I drink coffee in the morning. Oh please, get out of here. Trust me, I'm not worth it. Oh please, get out of here. Trust me, I'm not worth it. I have a cough for 3 weeks. I have a cough for 3 weeks. Winter is the coldest season of the year. Winter is the coldest season of the year. I want to see your sister. I want to see your sister. This is astonishing. This is astonishing. I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. I can't believe they're going to televise the trial. Can I ask a question too? Can I ask a question too? I don't notice anything special about the experience. I don't notice anything special about the experience. They are not normally filmmakers. They are not normally filmmakers. He is a regular contributor to the journal's lifestyle articles. He is a regular contributor to the journal's lifestyle articles. We all applauded when the captain scored the winning goal. We all applauded when the captain scored the winning goal. He dreams of a better future. He dreams of a better future. Your grandfather was a landscape architect. Your grandfather was a landscape architect. Her grandmother is a caregiver. Her grandmother is a caregiver. Is their spouse the second man? Is their spouse the second man? I'll get you some ice to ease the swelling. I'll get you some ice to ease the swelling. Rarely have to score points? Rarely have to score points? Let's do a team building activity to raise morale. Let's do a team-building activity to raise morale. You walk along the road until you reach the traffic lights. You walk along the road until you reach the traffic lights. Only important. Only important. Can you come for a checkup tomorrow? Can you come for a checkup tomorrow? Shrimps. Shrimps. Cannot be published annually. Cannot be published annually. That address. That address. They have to attend the compulsory education session. They have to attend the compulsory education session. Aren't they guests at dawn? Aren't they guests at dawn? I've already eaten lunch. I've already eaten lunch. He listened to music with his headphones. He listened to music with his headphones. I may not be able to prepare. I may not be able to prepare. Is my friend the second man? Is my friend the second man? Opposite. Opposite. Do you have checked baggage? Do you have checked baggage? It's on the computer. It's on the computer. Doctors will be operating all day tomorrow. Doctors will be operating all day tomorrow. They saved money to buy a new car. They saved money to buy a new car. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. He enjoys playing tennis with his friends. He likes to play tennis on weekends. He likes to play tennis on weekends. Wouldn't he love? Wouldn't he love? She cooks dinner for her family every night. She cooks dinner for her family every night. Vaccine. Vaccine. I'm not sure if I feel good or not. I'm not sure if I feel good or not. Hadn't he grown? Hadn't he grown? How many brothers and sisters does Robinson have? How many brothers and sisters does Robinson have? The cat was chasing mice in the house. The cat was chasing mice in the house. Let's set some goals for the next quarter. Let's set some goals for the next quarter. Could you please drop me off at the airport? Could you please drop me off at the airport? I need to cut my hair. I need to cut my hair. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? May I have your luggage tag, please? May I have your luggage tag, please? They can finish the project ahead of schedule. They can finish the project ahead of schedule. Isn't he alive? Isn't he alive? Shouldn't it have been hurt before? Shouldn't it have been hurt before? He is known for his thought-provoking writings on social issues. He is known for his thought-provoking writings on social issues. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? Have you seen this movie before it won an award? Have you seen this movie before? Have you seen this movie before? The team is working on their strategy. The team is working on their strategy. After 1 week they should do gymnastics. After 1 week they should do gymnastics. They like to play football in the park. They like to play football in the park. We find this problem. We find this problem. Are they geologists? Are they geologists? I'm going to kindergarten. I'm going to kindergarten. We prefer watching movies at home rather than going to the cinema. We prefer watching movies at home rather than going to the cinema. My sister doesn't want to go shopping, and neither do I. My sister doesn't want to go shopping, and neither do I. We love going to concerts. We love going to concerts. He could finance it right away. He could finance it right away. There is a trash can under the table. There is a trash can under the table. I speak good English now. I speak good English now. Did not run away. Did not run away. It could be the second man. It could be the second man. We found ourselves lost in the city. We found ourselves lost in the city. Approximately how long does it take to complete this task? Approximately how long does it take to complete this task? Her grandfather is a gymnast. Her grandfather is a gymnast. Shouldn't we go to the dermatologist later in the morning? Shouldn't we go to the dermatologist later in the morning? I am planning to visit my friends next weekend. I am planning to visit my friends next weekend. I usually wake up at 7 in the morning. I usually wake up at 7 in the morning. Now both of my children are in college. Now both of my children are in college. My sister was driving the car. My sister was driving the car. After 2 weeks it wouldn't. After 2 weeks it wouldn't. Today. Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? I don't know your friends. I don't know your friends. Will I derive? Will I derive? The cat sleeps in the sun. The cat sleeps in the sun. Can't I solve? Can't I solve? I would never, ever do this. I would never, ever do this. Can't we be sheriff at dawn? Can't we be sheriff at dawn? Do you like swimming? Do you like swimming? Pressure can prevent you from thinking clearly. Pressure can prevent you from thinking clearly. Photo taken on vacation brings back good memories. Photo taken on vacation brings back good memories. As a matter of fact, I was going to school. I was going to school. We must hurry or we will miss the train. We must hurry or we will miss the train. You shouldn't judge anyone by their appearance. You shouldn't judge anyone by their appearance. His computer is very fast. His computer is very fast. You were suspicious. You were suspicious. Would they seek? Would they seek? The leader of the group was late, so I took over. The leader of the group was late, so I took over. 1 minute. I will go and check. 1 minute. I will go and check. This is a book. This is a book. Outside. Outside. When they wake up, we will have prepared breakfast. When they wake up, we will have prepared breakfast. Wouldn't it be the police after 5 nights? Wouldn't it be the police after 5 nights? She can't dance. She can't dance. They should not be set. They should not be set. Do they normally fall? Do they normally fall? Covering. Covering. What is the biggest difference between these two products? What is the biggest difference between these two products? Not improve. Not improve. Can you help me find a specific brand of soup? Can you help me find a specific brand of soup? Do you sell reusable water bottles? Do you sell reusable water bottles? Was our spouse a pie player? Was our spouse a pie player? Can we get some rest last year? Can we get some rest last year? If he had a car, he would come to the party. If he had a car, he would come to the party. I love taking photos. I love taking photos. The team is studying for the football tournament. The team is studying for the football tournament. Where will we get the result? Where will we get the result? Do you mind if I use your toilet? Do you mind if I use your toilet? It is then ironic. It is then ironic. Still, there are some questions that need clarification. Still, there are some questions that need clarification. They celebrated by eating pizza after the game. They celebrated by eating pizza after the game. My family works in an office. My family works in an office. I love you. I love you. Turn right at the next corner. Turn right at the next corner. I have a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience. Were you sick yesterday? Were you sick yesterday? He read the newspaper every morning. He read the newspaper every morning. I forgot my phone at home on the way to work. I forgot my phone at home on the way to work. Good job. Good job. I'm leaving early today. I'm leaving early today. Should we not organize? Should we not organize? She is shopping for new clothes. She is shopping for new clothes. They cleaned the house all day. They cleaned the house all day. We don't like your prices. We don't like your prices. Do you have a shuttle to the airport? Do you have a shuttle to the airport? We don't waste the dawn. We don't waste the dawn. My English is better than before. My English is better than before. I don't think medical research is necessarily the most reliable source of information. I don't think medical research is necessarily the most reliable source of information. I'll be watching TV at 9 p.m. I'll be watching TV at 9 p.m. I watched a great concert last night and I have to tell you. I watched a great concert last night and I have to tell you. But you also need to help us. But you also need to help us. He was teaching his students a new lesson in the classroom. He was teaching his students a new lesson in the classroom. We have been living in this house since 2010. We have been living in this house since 2010. My stepson was an athlete. My stepson was an athlete. Is he playing? Is he playing? Duration. Duration. How long have you had the problem? How long have you had the problem? Can I return a product with missing parts? Can I return a product with missing parts? Philosopher at sunset? Philosopher at sunset? You will go to school. You will go to school. Do you have to order? Do you have to order? Within 2 days. Within 2 days. Tonsils and adenoids. Tonsils and adenoids. His brother-in-law was a nutritionist. His brother-in-law was a nutritionist. We watched a horror movie in the cinema. We watched a horror movie in the cinema. Can you give me more information? Can you give me more information? I'm trying to be more patient. I'm trying to be more patient. Whose bag is on the table? Whose bag is on the table? His half-brothers are ambassadors. His half-brothers are ambassadors. Denies it. Denies it. I'm not Curl, I'm just curious. I'm not Curl, I'm just curious. She had her dress tailored to fit perfectly. She had her dress tailored to fit perfectly. Do you sell reusable shopping bags? Do you sell reusable shopping bags? Thousands of people attended the concert. Thousands of people attended the concert. They like to picnic in the park. They like to picnic in the park. Will you go later? Will you go later? He was on the phone with his friend. He was on the phone with his friend. Is there a pharmacy in this store? Is there a pharmacy in this store? I am currently reading a book. I am currently reading a book. Never fear. Never fear. They are studying for the exam. They are studying for the exam. Did you remember? Did you remember? Wouldn't he love? Wouldn't he love? Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. Should not be discovered on a monthly basis. Should not be discovered on a monthly basis. I need some time to think about it. I need some time to think about it. The music is so loud, it's hard to concentrate. The music is so loud, it's hard to concentrate. He doesn't want to go for a walk, and neither do I. He doesn't want to go for a walk, and neither do I. You like to read books, don't you? You like to read books, don't you? Let me know the program of the movie. Let me know the program of the movie. I think of him all the time. I think of him all the time. I can't believe I'm experiencing this. I can't believe I'm experiencing this. Did he sign? Did he sign? Where is my phone? Where is my phone? Can you recommend good books to read? Can you recommend good books to read? My neighbor is a soldier. My neighbor is a soldier. The lawyer represents the client in court. The lawyer represents the client in court. Consistency in yoga practice leads to greater flexibility. Consistency in yoga practice leads to greater flexibility. I finished my homework before dinner. I finished my homework before dinner. Does it show up every year? Does it show up every year? Be sure to turn off the lights before you leave. Be sure to turn off the lights before you leave. They rode their bikes in the park. They rode their bikes in the park. Epicenter. Epicenter. If I had more information, I could have made a better decision. If I had more information, I could have made a better decision. They were swimming in the pool. They were swimming in the pool. Your mother-in-law is a welder. Your mother-in-law is a welder. I can speak with you. I can speak with you. They constantly quarreled, so they decided to break up. They constantly quarreled, so they decided to break up. The window opened in the breeze. The window opened in the breeze. Should finalize. Should finalize. Which language do you think? Which language do you think? How are you? I am good, thanks. How are you? I am good, thanks. Even if you don't like the taste, you should try this dish. Even if you don't like the taste, you should try this dish. Can I return an item that was damaged during delivery? Can I return an item that was damaged during delivery? Can I be a cleaner now? Can I be a cleaner now? Even if it's not perfect, it's still a good solution. Even if it's not perfect, it's still a good solution. You don't have the guts, I'm just curious. You don't have the guts, I'm just curious. Derives it. Derives it. Wasn't he an alchemist a century ago? Wasn't he an alchemist a century ago? I feel sick if I eat too much. I feel sick if I eat too much. I can tour it. I can tour it. She wishes she had followed her childhood dream of becoming an actress. She wishes she had followed her childhood dream of becoming an actress. He wants to adopt a pet. He wants to adopt a pet. She put on her sunscreen before going to the beach. She put on her sunscreen before going to the beach. Can you help me? Asked. Can you help me? Asked. He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. He doesn't drink coffee in the evening. They do sports with their friends on the weekends. They do sports with their friends on the weekends. They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. We studied English grammar. We studied English grammar. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. He will have finished reading the book by tomorrow. I took a nap after lunch. I took a nap after lunch. His sister is a guard. His sister is a guard. This is a great design. This is a great design. The team had been practicing their dance routines for weeks and were ready to compete. The team had been practicing their dance routines for weeks and were ready to compete. He better apologize for his behavior. He better apologize for his behavior. What do you want? What do you want? He needed to buy food on the way home. He needed to buy food on the way home. John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? I didn't want to scare you. I didn't want to scare you. What is your dream? What is your dream? This is a huge pain. This is a huge pain. Painting work. Painting work. The coffee is too hot to drink immediately. The coffee is too hot to drink immediately. Most. Should we consider outsourcing some of the work? Should we consider outsourcing some of the work? We have a reservation for dinner at 7 p.m. We have a reservation for dinner at 7 p.m. Entrance. Immediately. They wouldn't cook it every year. They wouldn't cook it every year. They cost in a second. They cost in a second. I don't need your pity. I don't need your pity. What is he looking at? What is he looking at? Was her grandmother a songwriter? Was her grandmother a songwriter? How long have you been in the country? How long have you been in the country? What do you think about this problem? What do you think about this problem? Can I have your signature on this document? Can I have your signature on this document? You can report immediately. You can report immediately. He would rather play basketball than football. He would rather play basketball than football. The sun is shining brightly today. The sun is shining brightly today. How many languages did you speak last year? How many languages did you speak last year? Would we settle in? Would we settle in? I wish they'd joined a sports team in high school. I wish they'd joined a sports team in high school. He had his passport renewed at the embassy. He had his passport renewed at the embassy. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? Should I never do an internship? Should I never do an internship? They were not occasional illustrators. They were not occasional illustrators. Sam with Isabel. Sam with Isabel. His grandfather was a shepherd. His grandfather was a shepherd. We were fishing in the lake. We were fishing in the lake. Can't blame? Can't blame? Was his stepfather a rower? Was his stepfather a rower? He will take a photo trip to the mountains. He will take a photo trip to the mountains. He'll be cooking dinner when he arrives. He'll be cooking dinner when he arrives. Will publish. Will publish. Did you complete your project before the deadline? Did you complete your project before the deadline? When you come back, I will have moved to a new city. When you come back, I will have moved to a new city. I will work on my project tomorrow. I will work on my project tomorrow. Should take advantage. Should take advantage. They have finished their project. They have finished their project. They went to Europe last summer. They went to Europe last summer. Was rarely mechanical. Was rarely mechanical. He should be at the airport by 6 p.m. He should be at the airport by 6 p.m. Super kids Dennis love donkeys, donkey toys. Super kids Dennis love donkeys, donkey toys. I'm in the bedroom. I'm in the bedroom. I'm so sorry, I don't feel like a friend tonight. I'm so sorry, I don't feel like a friend tonight. Where can I find toiletries? Where can I find toiletries? We won the game because we played well. We won the game because we played well. Should I write? Should I write? Doesn't he come back every day? Doesn't he come back every day? If he calls me, I will answer the phone. If he calls me, I will answer the phone. The car broke down on the roadside, so we had to call the tow truck. The car broke down on the roadside, so we had to call the tow truck. Was your stepson a psychiatrist? Was your stepson a psychiatrist? Doesn't that mean 3 p.m.? Doesn't that mean 3 p.m.? Her brother-in-law is the receptionist. Her brother-in-law is the receptionist. I feel good. I feel good. Can you contact me? Can you contact me? I saw a beautiful rainbow after the rain. I saw a beautiful rainbow after the rain. Aware of this. Aware of this. Will they be born later? Will they be born later? The concert is scheduled for next week. The concert is scheduled for next week. You prefer the blue one. You prefer the blue one. There are some books on the shelf if you're interested. There are some books on the shelf if you're interested. He didn't said a week ago. He didn't said a week ago. Are you free tonight? Are you free tonight? His half-sister is a locksmith. His half-sister is a locksmith. Perception. Perception. Fun. Fun. Will it go away after 5 weeks? Will it go away after 5 weeks? The baby has been sleeping for 2 hours. The baby has been sleeping for 2 hours. I feel like I'm in a dream. I feel like I'm in a dream. I'll be playing tennis at 3 this afternoon. I'll be playing tennis at 3 this afternoon. I have a couple of dogs. I have a couple of dogs. Could you please try these slippers? Could you please try these slippers? This will finish the recipe and serve dinner after that. This will finish the recipe and serve dinner after that. I'm in the room with the carpet. I'm in the room with the carpet. Interpret. Interpret. I'm in the room with the furniture. I'm in the room with the furniture. Would not settle on a weekly basis. Would not settle on a weekly basis. Can I explain at noon? Can I explain at noon? I could see storm clouds gathering in the distance. I could see storm clouds gathering in the distance. If I had passed the driver's license test, I could have gone to work myself. If I had passed the driver's license test, I could have gone to work myself. I'm going on a date tonight. I'm going on a date tonight. Should do. Should do. I need to have my blood drawn. I need to have my blood drawn. Can't it be helpful? Can't it be helpful? Does not continue. Does not continue. Are you at home today? Are you at home today? What time is check-in? What time is check-in? I am the father of 3 children. I am the father of 3 children. We started, we hope to finish in 1 month. We started, we hope to finish in 1 month. What do you eat? What do you eat? We'd handle it. We'd handle it. You didn't believe every day. You didn't believe every day. Is your colleague a pilot? Is your colleague a pilot? Mary was aware of this situation. Mary was aware of this situation. I am very confident in myself. I am very confident in myself. What would you like to start? What would you like to start? Wouldn't you handle? Wouldn't you handle? They will attend a wedding ceremony next Saturday. They will attend a wedding ceremony next Saturday. She's going to make a cake for her birthday. She's going to make a cake for her birthday. Was my sister a beekeeper? Was my sister a beekeeper? That rain is quiet. That rain is quiet. Rewrite and expand the text below for John. Rewrite and expand the text below for John. He usually takes a nap after lunch. He usually takes a nap after lunch. I do not have time. I do not have time. Should not agree. Should not agree. He realizes his mistake. He realizes his mistake. Had not been collected a century ago. Had not been collected a century ago. I wish I had more free time for hobbies. I wish I had more free time for hobbies. He was late for his appointment. He was late for his appointment. Did they stretch? Did they stretch? Did I make an inquiry 2 days ago? Did I make an inquiry 2 days ago? Could you please repeat what you just said? Could you please repeat what you just said? He was playing the guitar and singing at the same time. He was playing the guitar and singing at the same time. Search and rescue teams. Search and rescue teams. Electric kettle boiling water for tea. Electric kettle boiling water for tea. English is spoken all over the world. English is spoken all over the world. Let's see when the movie will start. Let's see when the movie will start. Outside, snow is falling softly. Outside, snow is falling softly. Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Can you explain? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Can you explain? Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. How interesting. How interesting. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact. I prefer winter to summer. I prefer winter to summer. Will he write? Will he write? If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. Can you help me please? Can you help me please? A physiologist a century later, right? A physiologist a century later, right? What movie did you watch over the weekend? What movie did you watch over the weekend? He couldn't get it out. He couldn't get it out. They were not accepted annually. They were not accepted annually. The drop in temperature caused a sudden increase in demand for heating oil. The drop in temperature caused a sudden increase in demand for heating oil. They will thank. They will thank. I continue to sneeze. I continue to sneeze. John, do you have scissors? John, do you have scissors? Is our daughter free? Is our daughter free? We don't have much bandwidth. We don't have much bandwidth. Should it steer at dusk? Should it steer at dusk? I watched a great concert last night and I have to tell you. I watched a great concert last night and I have to tell you. I wish I knew what to do. I wish I knew what to do. How did you achieve this? How did you achieve this? The newspaper published an article on the importance of volunteering. The newspaper published an article on the importance of volunteering. The truth is, I'm late for work. The truth is, I'm late for work. Construction workers had been building the bridge for months, and it was finally open to traffic. Construction workers had been building the bridge for months, and it was finally open to traffic. I'm meeting my friends for dinner. I'm meeting my friends for dinner. Will he write? Will he write? I have to quit my job. I have to quit my job. Workers have been building the house for months. Workers have been building the house for months. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. I didn't burn at noon. I didn't burn at noon. Is he watching normally? Is he watching normally? We can take a break after finishing this task. We can take a break after finishing this task. This is indisputable. This is indisputable. Can you give me some pain medicine? Can you give me some pain medicine? We have to wait until the traffic clears up. We have to wait until the traffic clears up. They make a budget every month. They make a budget every month. We often have pizza for dinner. We often have pizza for dinner. He recognizes his old friend. He recognizes his old friend. Let's meet at the library tomorrow. Let's meet at the library tomorrow. The film was very funny. The film was very funny. Do they always have to blame? Do they always have to blame? This is my favorite restaurant. This is my favorite restaurant. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. Citizens were asked to provide identification at the ballot box. Were you angry? Were you angry? There are always options. There are always options. Can you like it? Can you like it? Can't we meet every day? Can't we meet every day? Haven't we dreamed often? Haven't we dreamed often? His heart is good. His heart is good. You speak Spanish fluently. You speak Spanish fluently. You can ignore me. You can ignore me. Our coffee beans are carefully selected and roasted. Our coffee beans are carefully selected and roasted. His painting is more impressive than mine. His painting is more impressive than mine. Here you are. How would you like to pay? Here you are. How would you like to pay? Do you play the piano? Do you play the piano? I wish I had a better job. I wish I had a better job. Can you give it to us? Can you give it to us? Haven't you done your internship now? Haven't you done your internship now? Can be connected every year. Can be connected every year. His uncle was an actor. His uncle was an actor. Doesn't she remember? Doesn't she remember? I have too much kindness. I have too much kindness. Shouldn't they be coaching every day? Shouldn't they be coaching every day?